Hey, back again. Woo! Grappling Dads. Talking about micro adjustments.
So lost in this. Like, I missed the beginning, so I have no clue what's going on.
This is the best thing that could have ever happened for the sport.
Oh, God.
Sounds actually terrible. we're gonna have Austin cue it up because he's got the entire breakdown of why micro adjustments is the biggest thing in jiu-jitsu since I don't know. Since anything.
I just choked on water.
Go ahead, Austin. What you got?
Well, he's got to do sponsor.
Yeah, I got to do sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Right, let's
sponsor.
I'm excited about the micro adjustments.
I'm not. I feel like it's going to be terrible.
Paul Elliott's already giving us crap. Go ahead, do sponsor.
What the hell is his problem?
We restarted the countdown.
Me.
And he goes, it's better than last week already. Cool.
Doesn't take much. All right, go.
That's true.
Al.
I'm done. Oh, no. topmountainapparel.com. Check him out. Paulie's wearing the sweatshirt. We don't have the hat. I don't have a shirt on because it was dirty because I wear it too often. And there's a hat. There it is. Oh, this is actually our hat. So whenever you order anything from the Grappling Dads, it goes directly back to the show. And we do appreciate it. And anything else that you buy from there, use GD10 at checkout and you'll save yourself a few dollars, like I've said for the last 4 years. They're an amazing company you guys would love to support because we do. And they've supported us from the get-go.
They're awesome people.
They really are. To the Top is their podcast. Once again, not as good as ours, but very informational. Nobody's as good as us.
Yeah.
But Top Mount Apparel, topmountapparel.com. Give them a follow on all the Instagrams and the Facebooks and things, and definitely buy something.
Yeah, do that.
For sure.
Support them, if not us. They're worth it.
Yeah, just us. We don't care anymore. Just us. Not really. Al's awesome. Support him more than us.
All right, what we got, Austin?
All right, so micro adjustments. It's hitting the jiu-jitsu world in a frenzy.
So who started this and where'd it come from?
So a little backstory is a two-stripe white belt started it.
This is a good start.
On the BJJ Everything Facebook page, correct?
I believe so. That's where I found it.
That's where I found it.
I saw it all over there.
Yeah.
I just didn't pay any attention to it.
Go ahead.
So this is from Isaiah Aguayo?
I don't know his name.
Doesn't matter. Tapped a two-stripe purple belt the other night. Smirky face. Started open, went for a pass to side control, and when he rolled away from it, I took the back kind of sneaky-like. Wasn't intended, but I saw the opportunity. Got hooks and took an immediate but loose seatbelt grip and used the other hand to feint a rear naked as I cinched up the seatbelt. I think being a white belt helps me with this, as upper belts so often seem to expect feints from a nobody white belt. When I got the seatbelt tightened up where I wanted, bam! Grabbed the leg and bow and arrow. But naturally, he wasn't going to give in that easy. I had to let the leg go 2 or 3 times to make my quote-unquote micro adjustments on the seatbelt.
Oh, no.
And a couple more times to get my hooks back in.
What?
Finally, when I grabbed the leg and extended, I saw the hand getting ready to tap, then relaxed again, and I knew I just had to play the patience game at that point. And after a few seconds, I got the most reluctant tap I've ever gotten. Ha ha. Praying hands emoji. Something, something, something. His name is No Just Kidding. This never happened. Felt great, though. Fire emoji.
What?
So it sounds like he's making the whole thing up as a joke. However,
it sounds like he tried to cover up himself giving himself props with a joke.
Also true.
That's more what it sounds like.
Either way.
Also, the purple belt gave you everything if this actually did happen. Micro adjust my dick. How about that? I don't know if he's kidding, but it's a dumb post.
I know what you meant when you just said that, but
I don't care.
maybe
I could
don't
have
say micro and...
I don't care. I got a wife. We're good. Nothing affects me.
Oh, that's totally going on YouTube.
So
Doesn't affect me.
Anyway, micro adjustments. Quote unquote.
So this has been absolute gold in the jiu-jitsu community.
It looks like it lit up.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's been fantastic. But I mean,
so what's your take? Do you think he was just like, haha, just kidding?
No,
I don't think so either.
No, I've been along long enough to actually hear these conversations.
Yes.
And look, lucky for me, I don't think I had Facebook when I first started jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah, that would be a recorded history of douchebaggery.
Yeah. So, I don't know that I would have posted that, but I would have thought the same thing if I tapped out a purple belt. You know what I mean?
But
hold on. So back when I first started training, I trained with my buddy Ryan, and he was 2 or 3 stripe purple belt.
Yeah.
And super guy, took me under his wing. But before we kind of became friends and I understood exactly what jiu-jitsu was, I just didn't know. I thought I was legitimately tapping him out.
No.
So yeah, exactly. But my excuse was, I was in my 20s.
Oh
so,
yeah, I mean I get it, and this guy could be too, and maybe he was kidding all the way around, but it's not really funny.
No, I don't think he meant for it to be funny.
No,
I think
because
he
he's trying to cover it up to be a joke, but it's not. It's
Right.
not funny, and it's way too detailed to be funny. I don't like this person.
I think he's great.
Well,
In the fact that he
started
the
a
fact
fire.
That, so, go ahead.
I thought this would be funny if it was like us doing this to Croyler or Paul Elliott or someone who's way above our level, and we jokingly said this. Like, I tapped Croyler last night.
So Paul Elliott's watching, correct?
Yeah, he was. I don't know if he still is.
He probably left.
so that'd be like me saying, we went to Croyler's open house for his new gym, and I rolled with Paul Elliott, and we were in a scramble, and I got his leg, and I got inside Ashigarami, and then he went to defend that, and I immediately got outside Ashigarami, and I went for the heel hook, and he went to spin out, but I made a couple micro adjustments, and I caught it. Like, I know full well
That's never gonna happen.
Well, it kind of did, but he let me do. He was letting.
He was letting you do
He
stuff.
wanted to see what I was learning, and he was having fun. Now, that would be like me coming on BJJ Everything and be like,
Look how great I am.
where shall I begin?
Just bad all the way around.
Oh, yeah. So I think this is a good lesson for everybody in the BJJ community, especially for newer, because if you were like I was, and also have access to social media, and maybe drinks, does the drunk post and stuff like that. Like
drunk post can.
Hey,
drunk post can definitely do something.
it's a thing. Like you're sitting around, you're drinking some whiskey, you're watching Ballers on HBO Max.
I wouldn't know anything about any of these things.
So you're like, I'm gonna have to share this to the world. So hashtag micro adjustments, tapped out a black belt, ipso facto, should be a black belt.
This is good.
It really is. I told you.
I got distracted.
Can we get a sponsor out of this? Go ahead.
Wow, that's good.
Who you
A
drinking?
monkey shoulder.
Monkey shoulder.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not my favorite by far.
No,
but it's pretty good.
But it's pretty good. It doesn't burn.
I got it for Christmas.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Paul Elliott. It kind of did happen. I sneaky let him submit me.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
yeah. I mean, it's Paul.
Yeah.
If Paul didn't want it to happen, it wasn't going to happen.
I've rolled with Paul enough to understand that if he doesn't want me to tap him, I won't. But when you're brand new, you got a couple stripes and I don't think it clicks to some people. Like some people just get it. Like some people just get it, but a lot of people, they simply don't.
No.
You know what I mean? So
they just.
I think this is good publicity for everybody to go, maybe I shouldn't tell my friends that I tapped out a whatever belt.
And even if I try to put at the end of it, just kidding, but it felt good. Well, obviously you really think this happened.
Yeah.
And if I was that, the problem is more than likely that purple belt's probably friends with him on Facebook or part of that group, I would annihilate that dude.
Oh, he's being annihilated as we speak.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What are the reactions to it?
So it's become the hottest trend in jiu-jitsu, I would say, right now, to just say everything micro adjustments.
Yeah, this is bigger than Wall Street Bets. I've seen more on this guy's micro adjustment post than
Is that
Robin
really,
Hood and Wall
is that
Street
really where it
Bets.
started, though?
BJJ
Are we sure?
everything?
Yeah. Are we sure that's where
I
it
don't
started?
know. That's where I got the post from, because
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
just
yeah.
like you was like, hey, where did this start?
Yeah.
I need to know where this came
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
And they shared the post, and I copied it and just read it.
Yeah.
I don't know where it started.
Because I tried to
from.
Google it, and you can Google it pretty fucking quick. Like, it's been Googled a bunch. But it doesn't, I couldn't find out where it came from.
The memes have been fantastic. The reply, like purple belts will because the white belt took a picture of his 2-stripe white belt, for the picture upload. So there's like purple belts taking a picture of their 2-stripe purple belts, and they're like, hey guys, looking for advice. Been doing jiu-jitsu a long time. Feel like I'm hitting a slump. I got tapped out by a white belt. I made a couple of micro adjustments. I just don't know where to go from
I don't know
here.
how to adjust to the micro adjustments.
So when someone sent us an Instagram message saying, "Can you guys please do a show on micro adjustments?" I thought they were serious.
Yeah, so was I. I was like, what the fuck is a micro adjustment?
I was like, oh, maybe because like Morgan, she was teaching us sweep, and she goes, sometimes I'll like adjust a little bit, make these small little shakes to get the move. And I was like, oh, maybe that's what they mean. Like just doing these small, minute details that you're missing.
It's a thing. Like micro adjustments are a thing. Hell, Gordon Ryan actually they made a meme on it, of course. But Gordon Ryan was talking about making micro adjustments in his game on a famous YouTube video. But now they took that clip of him saying micro adjustments. It's just awesome.
Pete, man.
Started at BJJ Fanatics, according to Paul Elliott.
Okay.
BJJ Fanatics. Okay,
that makes sense. All the videos.
Yeah.
But that is dumb.
I don't know if Donkey Guard, like as far as popularity, equates to micro adjustments.
I don't know. Donkey Guard was not as annoying as this.
That was like a flash in the pan. It'll work if you're certain people.
If you're Jeff Glover,
yeah,
it'll work great.
Yeah, a few people. Well, there's a few people out there that can do whatever they want to whoever they want. He's he won't beat everybody, but he can do whatever he wants. He's good enough to.
He's unique as hell.
Yeah,
he's really unique.
You can love him or hate him.
Him, like Ryan Hall, another guy that does some weird crap.
I'm a Ryan Hall fan.
He's fighting pretty soon.
Is he really? Because nobody wants to fight that.
No one will fight
nobody.
Because of his jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, because he does things that no one can train for.
So
they hate him.
They don't want to have a wheelchair. They don't. The rest
because
of their
he does.
life.
Like his last few fights, he just literally basically rolled into everything. He's like, I'm just gonna fucking rolling at you.
The fight with BJ Penn blew my mind. When he did the I forget what heel, outside heel hook, inside heel hook.
I think it was a heel hook.
Oh, in BJ Penn, I think he tried to escape, but he went the wrong way.
Yeah,
and it made me throw up in my mouth.
I was nauseated.
Like,
he made a macro adjustment the wrong way.
Oh,
what he did.
Do you know who did not make a macro adjustment?
Tony Ferguson.
No. Did you see anybody see Frankie Edgar last night?
Oh, yeah.
No, what happened?
Corey.
Fuck.
What's his last name? I'm forgetting
it. Sandberg or whatever. I don't care.
Sandgren? I think it's Sandgren. Something like that.
I don't care.
What is it, 30 seconds in?
He slept him with a knee, and it was a disgusting knee.
Oh, yeah. I seen a little highlight thing. Matter of fact, I showed my daughter. I'm like, want to see something funny? Yeah. I didn't know what it was.
Dude, he got slept bad, and the guy set it up. Like, you could see him.
Really?
He was trying to push. He set him up for that knee. And he was just like this. He'd been practicing that knee because he knew Edgar was coming at him, and man,
did he do the Masvidal type knee?
It was pretty close. It was actually more impressive because he set it up.
This wasn't just like running.
Yeah,
and
like
Askren goes down.
Yeah, it wasn't like he knew Askren because Jorge knew Askren was just going to go for his leg, so he gassed and threw it. This dude set it up.
So it was
the
difference between setting up for a guy that you know what he's going to do versus setting up anybody.
Yeah, like this guy happens to run at me. Like, you could tell Jorge was just, he's quick with his knee, and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to bring it up. I've been practicing it. But it wasn't as set up because, Askren did the dumbest shit ever and just fucking ran at him.
It was so, it was so pretty, though.
Yeah, it was. But this one, like, he was out, like, standing up and face down. I was like, you never want to see a legend like that.
I see a video. It's just like he stiffened up and he was just,
dude, you don't want to see a legend go down like that, dude.
Look, man, I like a good fight and I like a good highlight reel, but I legitimately feel bad.
That made me a little sick. That was pretty bad.
Ooh. So did Corey Sandgren or whatever.
Yeah, he felt.
He goes, that's
bad. He goes, I don't want
to. Yeah, I don't want to do that to him.
He didn't. He goes, I didn't want to do that to him at all.
Better him than me. And
and that's all he said. Better him than me.
There's a handful of guys in the sport where I highly respect, and he's one of them.
Edgar works hard,
a grinder.
But good lord, did he get knocked the fuck out?
Yeah, I mean, if you do it long enough. Unless you're Khabib, I guess.
Yeah.
Like then no, I guess nobody's gonna do that to you.
Anyways, micro adjustments.
I mean, we can keep going with micro adjustments if you want.
I think we beat that horse to the death.
I was gonna say, speaking of UFC fights, our teammate just got announced finally.
Oh yeah, we did fight.
Yeah, he did.
So March 20th, Jamal Hill fighting
the guy Craig in front of him. Yeah, Paul Craig, the guy right in front of him.
Just in line in McDonald's, right in front of him.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I know what you mean.
That's how I picture it.
So Paul Craig's 14th.
Yeah, 14th and Jamal's 15th.
Oh, nice.
March 20th. Vegas? Is that where it is?
I think it's a Vegas.
That's coming up. Yeah.
So, I don't know anything about Paul Craig.
No, neither.
I saw him fight once. I think his nickname's the Bear Jew.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He doesn't have the hand speed that Jamal does. He doesn't have the striking Jamal does, but he will stay in Jamal's face. Given that's what we've said about other fighters, and Jamal beat the crap crap out of him. So who knows? But yeah, it's should be an interesting fight.
Yeah, March 20.
March 20th.
March 20th.
Vegas. Yep. I think it's just a fight night, or is it?
Yeah, it's just a fight night.
Okay, just a fight night.
Yeah, I know. Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
The whole world's gonna see you.
AKA, it means it's free for me because I have ESPN Plus.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be exciting.
I paid for the McGregor fight. I was so pissed.
Did you?
That was a good fight, though, wasn't it?
No.
I seen a couple of highlights. It looked good.
McGregor was winning, in my opinion. He was winning.
Round,
yeah. And then you could tell one of the kicks in the first round really bothered him, and it just went worse because it was like, oh look, he got knocked down. I'm like, his leg stopped working. Did anybody see that? Because his leg just stopped working, and he just was like, well, I'm gonna get punched in the face now because the right leg ain't working anymore, and he just fell down. Everybody's like, he got knocked out cold. I'm like, no, he got knocked out on his way to the ground. Not taking anything away from Dustin. Dustin fought a great second round. Great to take out his leg.
Good game plan.
Great game plan. But, I mean, and I'm not a Conor fan. I'm really not. I didn't mind seeing him lose. But it was kind of lame because it was a leg. It was his legs, and he said it. His leg was the size of a football.
The calf kicks are almost as big as micro adjustments. It's everybody's doing it.
It was a micro adjustment.
It
was a micro adjustment.
They look like it hurts really bad. I think he was saying in the post-fight interview, like when you thigh kick, you can disperse the swelling, but in a calf, it's got nowhere to go.
It literally blew up.
Yeah,
it was nasty.
That sounds
also,
awful.
What's interesting with the whole with that whole division is, it's fucking chaos because there's no one that's really the champion because Khabib retired. And he's now now there's all the rumors again about him fighting St. Pierre. And then on top of that...
I want to see that fight.
I don't know. I think St. Pierre's just old. He looked old and slow. He looked good when he beat Bisping, but he was
sick, though.
But he looked slow.
He was ill.
Yeah, he was ill.
So I would like to see Prime... Because GSP isn't that old. He's old, but he's not...
I don't know, dude. In the fight game, he's pretty old.
And but he's not like... He's not 40 yet, is he? Is he
dude.
Really?
Yeah. I can look it up. I think he's like 42.
Yeah. He's like our age, dude, I think.
I thought he was like
he's our age.
I thought he was like 38. Yeah, look that up.
Yeah, and but then on top of that, then I guess I just caught a quick glimpse on my earlier this morning, just flipping through articles that Chandler refused to fight Poirier.
Why?
For the championship. I didn't get to read the article.
Chandler refused?
Yeah.
I just saw Chandler said he'd fight Oliveira.
Yeah, that's why I think the fight he wants.
Pierre's 39. Good call.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's close, though. But he's still 39 years old.
Young whippersnapper. He's not like 42 like us. Like, that's old.
That is old as shit. We're old as dirt.
I know. I thought only rocks and trees got to be this old, but here we are.
Here we are. Doing things.
All right. What do we got as far as interwebs questions?
Yeah, we're going to try something a little different. We're going to try doing a little bit more, less ready, a little bit more reactionary.
I got sick of hearing myself read.
I got sick of hearing you read years ago.
Yeah, we need to change it up a little bit.
So now Austin's going to read?
Well, you're gonna tee it up,
and then we're gonna things.
Yeah. You're not gonna read. You're gonna.
Here's one I just found interesting, and it's a one line question. Have you ever turned on a belt promotion?
You can't.
You can't.
You can get fussy about it.
Yeah, you can get fussy about it. He got fussy about his. You've been fussy about a few stripes you've gotten.
Stripes are different.
But I'm just saying it's kind of in the same vein because you've gotten fussy about them.
The only reason
about getting them when you didn't think you deserved them is what I'm saying.
I'll say stripes are different for our school because we test for a belt.
Yeah. So if you
went through the test, you clearly passed it. If you turn that down, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to see if I could do it, guys.
So I think this more applies. Yeah. But this wasn't class? Yeah. What? I thought everybody was focused on me oddly. No, but so I don't think that applies to our gym. So we got to go and think about a gym that is the surprise, here's your belt.
Let's throw a hypothetical out there because I think somebody that might refuse a belt is obviously goes to a gym that surprise you're a blue belt or surprise you're a purple belt, and
I don't think it's so much a surprise. I just want to add that real quick because I've talked to people that do these at gyms like that. It's not really a surprise because most of the time, if you're really dedicated to getting the new belt, they've told you what to work on. And they've given you feedback on what you're doing and how you're doing it. So it's not so much a surprise. It's not like you started 2 weeks ago and you're like, hey, blue belt.
I will say that when I got my blue belt, I was surprised.
Yeah, because that was how Ryan did it back then, right?
Yeah.
Or the gym that did it.
I mean, to be fair, like if you're a 4-stripe whatever belt, like how big of a surprise is it going to be when you get your...
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. But if... let's take you and I for an example. Like we're a little bit old. We do it for pure enjoyment.
Yeah, we're hobbyists.
Hobbyist, right? Utmost hobbyist, and we understand that. So our school is, I think, becoming more competition oriented because we got Jamal.
Well,
we got
it
all
just
that
makes
going on.
sense. It's kind of the nature of it. We have that. Do you see how, like, our striking class is getting big behind our jiu-jitsu class?
A lot of people
well, and he should. Johnny's a heck of a coach, and but I think you're right. We're heading a little bit that way.
So my point is we're going to train with people that train because they want to either fight or they want to compete.
Yeah, hard
and more, right?
They're gonna hurt me.
So you got people like we'll use Matt because he's fun to use. He's there all the time, all the time, and it's a matter of time before he surpasses us. And then but we've been doing it longer. You know what I mean? So we're going to eventually be rolling with people that are able to beat us up, and then we're going to be promoted above them just because of our knowledge base. So people might think that
it's a little different
because I might know more than Matt, but he's got more in the tank as far as being able to just win a fight, right? So he's got more gumption. He's it's kind of like
he can actually do it.
Well, it's kind of like Frank, right?
Physically can't pull it off.
Well, it's kind of like Frank. He's got a lot of skill, but I have more jiu-jitsu knowledge, but that doesn't mean that he can't tap me out. So it'd be like me going, well, a white belt can tap me, well, a blue belt now can tap me out, so I don't deserve my next promotion. I think maybe that's where
that guy is. Okay.
Yeah. So I think some people come like, hey, I'm up in age, I'm a hobbyist, I'm getting murdered by all these people. Like, I don't deserve to be the same belt as these people, even though the knowledge base is the same. Which is why I think we're a fan of the testing, because then hey, I know that
at least my knowledge base, even if I can't apply it, my knowledge base is at that level.
Exactly.
The other example I would consider is Mike, who Chad doesn't make you restart when you come in.
No, he'll let you bring your belt. Yeah,
you come in. Mike was like, I want to go through the white belt curriculum. I want to be a blue belt here versus a blue belt at some other gym. So I guess in that aspect, that's turning down a belt.
And he did, because Chad had told him, like, just bring your blue belt, dude. Like, I know you. Like, he used to train with the same people that Chad did years ago, and he's like, and Mike's just like, no, I can't. He goes, I'm not a blue belt here. I don't have that knowledge at all.
Respectable.
Yeah, it's very respectable to stand up and say that.
Act right there.
So I guess that I think you're right. That is kind of being like, no, I don't need that belt.
I do think that if your coach promote you, especially in front of the class, like they usually do, like, hey, everybody's clapping, and you go, no, like, I think that's a dick move. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing that to anybody. Yeah. So just grow into the belt. That's the best I can say. Like, when I got
don't turn it down. It's disrespectful to turn it down.
When I got my purple belt, I felt a bit like a fraud. Like, I did the test, I knew my knowledge, but like
we knew you were a fraud. It's
right.
It's fine.
Hasn't changed.
Nothing's changed.
Still there.
My rolling ability, I didn't think was up to par for the belt I got. And I mean, now it probably isn't either, but I've been growing into it, so I feel less and less like a fraud. And I think it gives you something to, like, if you get a belt that you don't think you deserve, try to deserve it. I think looking at it that way, then you won't be, I guess so.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Well, we've talked about it several times. When you get a new belt, you're the weakest, the lowest version of that belt.
I'm the worst purple belt in this moment in time ever that I'll ever be.
Because everyone asks you when you come in with the new belt for the first class, you're like, how's it feel? It's like, the
same.
Yeah. Now I got to deal with assholes trying to wreck me because I have a new belt.
Yeah.
It's no different. I didn't suddenly become Super Saiyan. Like, do you know what Super Saiyan is?
Nope.
Yes.
That was weird. I thought it'd be flip.
No.
Super Saiyan, Dragon Ball Z, nothing. Anime?
I don't like Dragon Ball Z, dude.
Oh, it's terrible.
Just
but
wasn't
I still
my thing.
Know what it is, yeah. I wanted to like it.
It was a generation behind
but it was
us.
30 minutes of
I mean, if you pulled up
like
the video, like a video of it, I'd be like, yep, that's Dragon Ball Z. Who's the characters? Not freaking clue. Not a clue.
So Super Saiyan is when his hair changes color and he gets all.
Doesn't his hair change color a few times though?
Yeah, it goes blue. We could go for another 30
minutes. No, let's move on. Let's move on.
Please.
This is one I thought would be good for kids. My 9-year-old nephew is a BJJ white belt with 2 stripes. He has classmates in school who take taekwondo, karate, kung fu, etc., and they sneer at him, some in a cocky way, because they brag that they are already black belts, brown belts, purple belts, etc.
Good luck with that.
They think my nephew is quote-unquote only a white belt, even though his promotions are harder in BJJ. He gets a bit annoyed. What do I tell him? This guy is 9 years old.
So here's what you do. You attack those 2 guys. just attack them, see what they do, because pretty sure you'll still win. Is that not helpful?
He's still a white belt though. That's
yeah, but kids. My kid as like a new white belt at 3 stripes was way better than I was.
You're right. So there's an entire DVD set, and I've talked about this a handful of times on the show about the Gracie Bully Proof, and he has a whole rundown of how you deal with the situation, and basically you talk, tell, tackle, I think it's called. So you talk to the kids and be like, "Hey, I'm sick of that. Knock it off. Let's not do that." If they keep on doing that, then this is weird when you're in the thick of it. You feel like tattling isn't the right thing to do because everybody tells you not to tattle, and then if you don't and you take care of yourself, then you're in trouble for fighting.
Yeah, so then you're the one that gets in trouble.
Being a kid is stupid. Like adults are dumb, and they try to do the right thing, but they're stupid. So
yeah.
But that's how we grew up, and that's it's just a perpetual cycle of dumbness.
Stupid.
So anyway, talk to the kid, like say
tell
exactly, knock it off. That doesn't work. You tell the teacher, they get involved. That doesn't work. Then we get like the principal and whatever involved. Now Now you can tell your son, hey, you told the kid to quit it. You told the teacher that didn't work. We've got the principal involved, and we told the principal, hey, if this continues, my kid's going to defend himself.
Yeah.
When it comes time to defend yourself, you say, hey, look, are you challenging me to a fight? Then the onus is on them. They can either say yes or no. And if not, stop wasting my time. You're just being a coward. And if yes, I'm not scared of you. Let's go do this. Meet me at the flagpole. And
also, don't get punched in the face. We're jiu-jitsu people. Don't get punched in the face.
So I'm going to recommend pulling guard immediately.
Yeah. And stand close. Keep it close.
So fall to your back, open your legs, and say, step into my pool and drown. And that's, I think, the go-to move.
I don't think it'll work, but do it. Totally do it. Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Helpful?
So for like $80 or $100, get the Gracie Bully Proof thing. Kind of go through that video, and I think it'll help. Talk to your kid about it, and I think a little bit of this is just teaching self-confidence. Like that you can beat them up. Just don't act like you're.
No, have that confidence in yourself.
Yeah, just say like, look, if you want to fight, let's do it. Otherwise, shut up.
Yeah,
simple.
If you want to start your kata, then I'll tackle the shit out of you. We'll go from there.
Yeah, just make sure that you can actually defend yourself before you say something.
Yeah,
if you're like, because all schools are different. Like some schools want to give stripes really, really quick to keep the kids encouraged.
Yep.
And if you're one of those schools that are just like, hey, I want you to come back, and we're gonna reward good behavior by giving out stripes. They just do like more stripes and more belts to make them more interested, right? So if you have 2 stripes and you're like 6 weeks in, maybe don't challenge anybody to a fight.
Don't do that. But I'll tell you this. So my daughter, my eldest daughter, has stood up to multiple bullies. Not for herself. She's very social, so she doesn't really even pay attention to being bullied. She's like, whatever. It's fun. But she's had some friends that were being picked on. And she was the one, because of jiu-jitsu, she's like, I'm super confident. Everybody knows what I do. She'll just step right to him, say, you need to stop, or I'll stop you. And they stopped. Now, will that work every time? Yeah. Well, she has a lot of confidence within herself to take care of herself.
And the thing is that if it doesn't work and they do fight her, then it will work every time.
Oh, it's going to suck because my daughter will kick the crap out of somebody. She's like, oh, I don't know if I can. Then she was rolling with a kid that used a ton of muscle. He was a little wrestler. And she goes, I just made him fall on his head like 4 times. I'm like, yeah, it's because you know what you're doing, babe.
Yeah, when we got Caden into it, she was not even young 5s, right? Before kindergarten. And there was this little girl that was just picking on her and bothering her, and she was just the troublemaker. And 6, 8, I don't know how many weeks. It wasn't long though. Like she got enough confidence, like, oh, I can kind of roll and fight. I'm not scared of the fighting anymore. Like I'm used to that. And she stood up for herself, and then she stopped bothering my daughter, and then she was bothering my daughter's friend, and then she stood up for her, and then she had to go to another table, and you know what I mean? So just having the confidence to say, look, I'll fight if you want to fight. Most people don't want to fight. Most people don't want to fight.
No. You have those one kids that have just come from the wrong place and have been told that's how you or seen that's how you fix your problems is by fighting.
The chances are low.
Those are few and far between. They really
That's
are.
why I said I don't recommend having that kind of confidence unless you are confident.
You can handle yourself.
Yeah. And typically, if you're a 2-stripe white belt and even a 9-year-old, you'll be
probably
fine.
handle yourself,
You'll
honestly.
probably be fine. But you talk to your dad.
Yeah.
Is there a way to measure expectations? Because I think that's part of it too. Is this kid feels like, oh, I'm a 2-stripe white belt in jiu-jitsu. All these kids that are my friends are black belts in karate and they're badasses. It's like, why am I only?
But they aren't.
Right.
Does that help at all? Tell them they aren't though.
So
it's fake news.
They can dance really good. And don't get me wrong, there's validity to taekwondo and karate and fighting. There is, but not at that level, and then not at that age. It's just not. It's a point-based system, even if they are in a competition, and it's like not really. You're not taught to debilitate people like you are in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. That's just an opinion of my own.
When I was in my 20s, I actually got. It wasn't really a fight. It was basically a Dixon win contest.
It was a
pitching contest. Yep. So I went to a gaming. What do you call those online?
LAN party.
Thank you. I got LAN party. That
Hold on. That's where this story starts. Paul went to a LAN party.
Yeah, I know, right? He was probably lost. Yeah, of course. That's where he gets in a fight. Is
not,
a LAN party.
Not only did I go to a LAN party, but you know those big 32-inch tube TVs. That was my TV that I brought to this LAN party. So it was back in the day.
That's really far back.
So there's this guy there that was saying that he was. Delta Force Green or something like that, and he was just bragging about how he could beat up anybody in the room. He went on, and I was a white belt, and I just got sick of hearing his shit. So I'm like, hey, why don't we just go outside and you can show me? And he's like, are you effing serious? I'm like,
yeah, why not?
I'm like, yeah, look. I said, look, I'm not trying to like fight you, but like we can just do no hits to the face, just grappling. Yeah, well, it's purely. I just want to see, purely fun.
Yeah,
and I literally had months into jiu-jitsu, but he had the jiu-jitsu thing that like the army or whatever taught you.
Yeah, which there's a big difference because a friend of mine was similar. He was a ranger and he's a badass. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking
anything from them, but it's different.
But he even said it was different. He goes, if we got into a rolling match, like into an actual grappling match, you would beat me. He goes, but if I had
a knife and a gun.
If I had a knife and a gun or just my hands, if I could punch you, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm like, yeah, solid.
But long and the short of it is we went in this LAN party and
you didn't fight at a LAN party.
We did. We went outside and we had to. I remember having to avoid the dog shit because the guy that didn't clean his yards were like, all right, we'll pick a spot. And he tackled me and I threw him in a guillotine and it was a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Then we did it again and I
did it again.
Yeah. I'm like, holy crap. And it was easy.
Yeah, and you only had a few months in.
And then he wanted to be my best friend. Yeah. Like he wanted to be so cool.
It's a respect thing, man.
Yeah.
If you're a real fighter and you get really into fighting and doing that as a hobby or what you did as a job, you respect people that know how to take care of themselves.
But as an adult, it's easier to we were still young adults, right? But we were all late 20s, I suppose, at this time. When you're 9,
LAN party, good lord,
it was fun. I remember enjoying.
What were you playing?
Yeah, what was the game?
Yeah, what was the game?
Golden Eagle Eye,
GoldenEye,
Nintendo 64.
Oh, that was the dope grip. Yeah, I love that game.
Oh, you just got like some major respect points. I
love that game.
Real lame.
What were you ready for?
I was expecting D&D, honestly.
Oh no, I don't.
Which is becoming popular, so I should watch what I say.
I have no idea what that is. I mean, I've heard of D&D, but I don't know anything about it. Like
Halo.
Halo.
Yeah, I remember playing that back in the day. Yeah, that was. I didn't like it. The first Call of Duties I liked.
Yeah, I loved
it. Like the first World War II Call of Duties I liked, and then it got kind of weird and spacey.
Oh, those were stupid. I can't play those ones.
Oh, good. So I'm not
I can't play those ones either. No, most people couldn't. Most people hated those.
But yeah, I guess that's all I got as far as a 9-year-old. Just
kick him in the face.
Yeah, just Cobra Kai that.
Yeah, Cobra Kai the crap out of
get
that.
through the entire 3 seasons, and then you'll be a black belt. And you'll know as much as they do.
You'll break into his house, kick him in the nose. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, if you watch the entire 3 seasons of Cobra Kai and maybe the first 3 original Karate Kids, you will know as much as your friends do. So
it's true.
Yeah,
it's totally true.
What if it's just a girl? It's like flirting with this 9-year-old. That's what they do. They pick on you, right? That's what Johnny Lawrence said. Cobra Kai.
Let's start a fight. Freaking fight it out.
Clearly you fighter. I don't know what to say.
All right, I'm going to go on. This one's about injuries. I have a full range of motion, but my elbow still is in is still in intense pain. He did not write that very well. It's ached for 2 weeks. What should I do? Should I still roll?
Yeah.
Stop being a bitch.
Yeah, just roll, dude. You'll be fine.
I rolled for 6 months with a broken neck. What up? Oh wait, that's just stupid. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't roll.
Look, nothing of mine doesn't hurt. Like my elbows hurt all the time. My knees hurt all the time. My lower back is jacked.
Okay, let's go on the fashion though of it's actually he's hurt himself, because if it's over 2 weeks, you've actually injured it. You've gone from I hurt myself to now I probably injured yourself more than likely.
So there's a couple things, right? You can have like the groin pull, which is more muscular.
God, that sucks though.
It does suck. I'm not taking anything away from it, but if it's not as bad as Austin's, like you had a hell of a tear. Like you had a tear.
No, it wasn't tear. It was
just
strain.
It was just strain, and he was limping like a son of a bitch.
It didn't go away for a month. Yeah. So I finally went and did PT, and she's like, it's a bad strain.
You strained the crap out of it.
Typically, when I pull a muscle, it's 4 to 8 weeks. Yeah. And then I'm good. Mm-hmm. If it's tendon, like tendonitis, bursitis, something like that, then you're going to be in for the long haul. So, my elbows have never not hurt. They just, if I roll, they're going to be inflamed.
See, my shoulders are that way. My elbows not as much, unless I'm trying to give a white belt a like arm bar. I'm like, here, go ahead and try. Then they yank on it like it's some kind of it stole from them.
You can. I don't want to be that guy, but you can YouTube physical therapy for elbows and just do those things and do whatever it takes and ice it and heat it.
Usually stretching your elbow out, keeping it,
I don't think if it's just mild pain and it's not excruciating and you can still like pick up a cup and it doesn't fall out of your hand, then you're fine.
Don't steal my cup.
I'm just saying, like so when I did my my elbow real bad, I had the tennis elbow, and it was sore. It was getting sore. I'm like, it's discomfortable, and then discomfortable. It was discomfortable, and then one time I went to pick up the gallon of milk and it fell out of my hands. So it's kind of like went all at once. So
God, it sucks though.
In the grand scheme of things, 2 weeks isn't that big of a deal. Even a month, like just go and watch for a month. Just go to class.
Get the technique.
Because it's too easy to quit when you're new.
It really is. So you want to keep involved in it.
So I would always recommend go to class, do whatever you can, do the warm-ups, just don't roll. And that sucks. I know it sucks because everybody wants to roll.
Super fun.
But if it's really bad, don't roll, but just keep going. And then
I agree.
Yeah, just get an elbow brace. Tell your teammate, don't tap early.
It's so hard because I've hurt my elbows numerous times. Most of the time it's from letting somebody try something and then I'm an idiot and let it go too far.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah, and because that happened to me once. It hurt for, 4 or 5 months because, they wrenched on it when I wasn't expecting. I'm like, there's no way they're just going to pull like a son of a bitch on there. They did. Oh, you're trying harder than I thought. My fault.
So Croyler has the no white belts with white belts.
Yes.
Rolling. And
no white on white action.
No white on white action. If you can, if you're, is he white belt, did he say? I imagine he's a white belt if he's asking that question.
He didn't say
I'm going to assume you're a white belt. So only roll with upper belts and then
tell them where you're at.
Yeah. Well, and don't try to win. So it's really
good luck with that.
I know it's hard. I've talked to a lot of white belts. I've been the white belt, and knowing that I should not just try to win or not lose is one thing, but when you're rolling, it just you don't have the muscle memory to help yourself.
Yeah.
But if you roll with purple belts, they can keep you from being injured.
Unless you make a micro adjustment.
If you make those micro adjustments, though, I tell you what, it's
really going to take out that purple belt in no time.
Yeah. So if you're white belt, you're injured, and you just be like, hey, I want to roll with purple belts and above because they can keep you from injuring yourself. Yeah, just let them know, hey, look, I'm having a problem kind of learning the 50% rule. Mm-hmm. I'm trying, but if I roll with the white belts and blue belts, I just feel like it's kind of a
Bulls locking horns
thing, right? And it's hard to control.
And you'll end up getting hurt again.
Yeah. So just if you are lucky enough to have a school with purple belts and up, then just roll with them, let them know why, and they'll take care of you.
But I'll tell you what I did if you weren't a white belt. I kept rolling, but I really didn't use my arm that much. Like I didn't extend it. Mm-hmm. That was my main thing, because that's usually what hurts when you hurt your elbows is the full extension. It just sucks.
Yeah.
So I just didn't do that. It's like, whatever. It made it so I got jacked up and couldn't stop anybody from passing my guard. But it was fine.
There's points where I would tuck my arm in my belt.
Yeah.
And then it's nice too, because if you if you lose, you're like, I got an excuse. I was rolling with one arm. So then you don't try as hard because you have a good excuse. Like if you roll two arms and you're like, oh, I don't want to lose. I don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
And so that kind of gets rid of that mindset when you tuck an appendage away and you can't use it. So it keeps it safe, and it kind of like, it's an easy way to squash the ego.
Just don't use it as much. Yeah. That's all it is.
I would say just don't go, but that's me.
Don't go at all.
Go, but like you said, warm ups, technique. Don't.
But the problem is
someone always
for
tries
me,
to talk you into
I'm the
it.
kind of person. Well, everyone knows what I did. Everybody's like, I would be like, not rolling, and like 2 minutes later, I'd hear Paul going, "You're rolling." No, I'm not. I sat on the side for half a roll.
But again, if I rolled with you, I don't think I would ever.
No, we were fine.
Yeah.
Because you knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But most people don't.
Be very selective with the rolls.
Be very selective.
And then you can let people know, like, I'm very injured. I'm only rolling with a couple of certain people.
And don't let the whole I'm gonna offend you thing. Let that go. It's taking care of yourself. I know it's a thing because I have to do it every class. I probably offend somebody every class because I'm like, hard pass. And it's not anything against their skill. It's mostly my lack of knowledge on them. And it's like, I don't know what you know to trust you. I can't trust you. So
I still have a rule, and I probably shouldn't at this point, but I'm like, I'm not rolling with anybody that I haven't seen roll or heard about them.
Yeah.
And I probably need to do that less and less as your belt darkens, because it doesn't matter. You can control
handle yourself, yeah.
But it's just kind of ingrained in me, because for a long time I'm like, no, I'm not rolling with a new guy until I know how he rolls. And I'm sorry for my teammates, but they're less broken than me.
Yeah,
it's like they're not guaranteed an injury like I am.
Yeah, everyone's less broken than Paul.
Yeah. I wish I would have done that with Frank. I didn't realize he was a collegiate wrestler.
Yeah, I just hard passed on him.
Frank.
I did this. I did the look test. I was like, yep.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No, I was like, I'm a 4-stripe white belt. I can handle him. I'm about to get my blue. He's big, but whatever. Collegiate freaking wrestler.
Yeah, he comes at you, man.
Some people
he's super nice though.
Different though.
Even when he's rolling, he's really controlled. Like he has a lot of body control. You can tell he's a collegiate wrestler.
Second weekend, and I was just like, "Oh, you're laying on me with all your weight, and I'm a little guy."
Yeah, he's not a small dude.
It wasn't mean by any means.
No,
I was like, "You're just big."
Yeah, he's just a big dude.
Tiny.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's good.
We are tiny, aren't we?
It's good for.
It's kind of our show.
It's good for white belts to get squished a little bit. To get used to getting squished,
because it's super uncomfortable.
It really you got to build up a tolerance to it.
Yeah,
and I think that's like the 9-year-old we were talking about. Like building up the tolerance to getting squished will give you a lot of confidence, because you're like, it's fine.
Yeah, going back to that a little bit, we have a new guy at our gym. He started. I think his name's Mike, bald guy, like me. And you obviously don't know him. You probably didn't even run into him. Nice guy. He just started. I was literally with him his first day. Chad's like, Kip will help you. Huh? Okay.
Can opener.
Yeah. Can opener me over.
This is the first thing we're gonna learn.
And he started because his kid was getting bullied, so he brought his kids in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then now he's really like wants to get into it. He's a former. I think he's an Army guy too.
Okay, awesome.
So very cool, very nice guy, and he should know it's rare because he texts me on message me on Facebook. I don't do that shit. I don't talk back. Usually people send me messages. I'm like, whoop. Don't care. So it was nice to him. I talked back.
Nice.
Be proud, everyone. That was nice for a day.
Super proud. One day.
For a day.
We don't know what you said back to him.
I said nice things.
Kip's over here making micro adjustments too.
I made micro adjustmants to my personality.
To his attitude.
Yes.
Winning.
Super nice person I am.
Hey, you got to keep us on track, so we're not here for 2 hours answering questions too. So
we haven't even had an hour yet.
We're good.
All right, good.
Should I go learn wrestling to help my jiu-jitsu?
It's not a bad idea.
No,
but,
it doesn't hurt, for sure.
A lot of jiu-jitsu places have wrestling.
Yeah, I know. Croyler's does.
Croyler's
got Grant. He's amazing from what I understand.
A lot of wrestlers go from wrestling to jiu-jitsu because that's like the logical next step unless you're going to be an Olympian, right? So,
because there's not a lot of like I even listened to that podcast with Justin Burroughs. Is that what the guy's name is?
Oh yeah.
And with Rogan.
Rogan.
He's just a beast, and he's like, there's nowhere to go.
Right.
He's like, to make money, he goes, there's nowhere to go.
No,
so he's
UFC or get really good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and he chose to, like, he was one of the few that chose to basically coach and stay within professionally, beat Ben Askren down, and He's a beast.
Oh, dude, he's
crap.
fantastic.
I looked at some videos of him after I listened to it. I'm like,
yeah,
woo!
He's fun, dude.
He's fun, dude.
Yeah.
He's athletic. He's awesome.
So
but anyways, if he wanted to transition to jiu-jitsu, he would be dangerous.
At least the takedowns. Like
Takedowns
wrestlers have
huge.
fantastic takedowns. So the chances are
Jiu-jitsu guys have traditionally terrible takedowns.
Yeah.
They really do, especially in MMA.
Yeah. The chances are better than not that somebody in your gym has come from a wrestling background that can at least teach you a good double leg or a good single leg.
You know
or
who
both.
helped me out with a little bit, and I don't use any of it, but Rob Bowers was really good at it.
Yeah.
He was a wrestler, and man, if he tried to teach me jiu-jitsu, he could have for sure. He was a blue belt and been into it, but man, did he really connect with the takedowns. Like he really connected with the takedowns. He was a wrestler. You can tell if you ever see Rob Bowers, he has little neck and will kill you.
He's built like a little tank.
Yeah, he's a little bulldog.
But yeah, I recommend wrestling a couple aspects.
I do too.
Like having a good sit out and having good takedowns. I recommend that.
But just realize,
else,
well, a lot of it is if I'm on top, I'm winning. Don't learn that part. Because that doesn't help you. Yeah. That will hinder your jiu-jitsu. If you're doing both at the same time and trying to learn all at the same time, which is fine, it's going to hinder you if you think on top's going to win. Because a lot of new guys and new gals think, well, I'm on top, I'm winning. No, you're not.
Yeah, they usually do the Superman thing where they just throw themselves into a triangle.
Oh, triangles are great on those people. So, yeah, I mean, like Paul said, I think it's great for the takedowns and controlling. It really does on controlling people. But just remember... there's an end to a jiu-jitsu match, and it's trying to submit someone. It's not just holding them down. Yeah. And it's I'm not taking away from wrestling. That's hard as hell to hold people down. I'm not saying that at all. Not taking the stance that wrestling's stupid because they'll kill me. And I don't want that.
Well, that's something Q, when he came, he struggled with. He goes, I'm not used to being on my back at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a wrestler too.
And then he's like, now I'm on my back for like drills.
Yeah, like, they put me there.
It's weird.
You have to start here.
Second part of that question is, where would you go to do that? So for us, I don't know.
I would use Grant.
Well,
I would use Grant. But
that requires going to Indiana.
But also there is, just like there's jiu-jitsu gyms, there are wrestling places out there.
We had a place on Plainfield.
Yes, we did. We had a place on Plainfield.
I don't know if it exists or not.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't think it does. I haven't seen it. But there are programs out there that follow that type of thing. There aren't enough, I think. I think there needs to be more. Wrestling's an amazing sport. Like, it is hard as hell. I could never do it because, I'm just too lazy to hold someone down.
They do it different in Russia than they do here.
Holy shit.
Like in America, they try to kill you every single practice, every single day. It's just,
But I could see wrestling as something like jiu-jitsu starting to grow a little bit because it is very functional.
But yeah, I don't know.
Especially with MMA, and that's usually where it starts.
Yeah, let me Google that for you in your area.
Yeah.
An MMA gym. There you go. That's what I would tell you to do. They're going to have a wrestling coach.
I mean, we have wrestlers. I'm sure if you ask Frank, Caleb, Q, Bowers, any of them, they'll help you out.
Yeah, you usually, if you have a gym, more than likely you got a wrestler that could help you with those things for sure in your gym.
This one's, I'm going to modify a little bit. My lower back hurts from doing triangles and arm locks. Is there something I should be doing differently?
I'm guessing you're doing it wrong. Why would
Or is it a flexibility thing?
Well, they might be getting stacked.
Yeah, if you're getting stacked, that's probably it. I would assume you're getting stacked, and I can speak to that a lot because that was that is still my game. And there's stretches to be done. If you're not stretching very well, your lower back, which is hard to stretch, I get it. You have to. I skipped it on my way back in 2 weeks ago when I went back. I'm like, oh yeah, stretch my back good. No, I didn't, and I knew it too. Like the first roll, I'm like, yeah, I didn't stretch well enough. It's not just one stretch. It's multiple stretches on your lower back. Your lower back can take being stacked as long as it's stretched and it's warm. Don't go right into rolling if you haven't stretched and you haven't been rolling for a little bit.
So a couple things.
Doing something for a little bit.
Like sometimes you just have to let it go and let them pass.
Yes.
The other thing is learn how to do a shoulder walk. Like you can brace on your knees and then walk
yourself
back
out. Yeah.
If you're arm barring and you're getting stacked, you can spin underneath them.
Yes, which I do. I have to with my neck. I have to spin underneath them. But guess what, guys? It works really good because it relieves all the pressure, and you may lose your position because you spun under. but not that bad. Like you can recover quite quickly.
Yeah, usually
it's a good recovery position back to your own guard.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point because I get stacked a lot, and I used to, and it always hurt a lot when I didn't stretch. And I know it's no like the young guys are like, oh, you can do it. No, you can't.
Yep.
No, you can't because
I actually tend I tend not to do a whole lot of arm bars from guard.
I do. It's
I
fun.
I don't. I usually try to get the back from the guard.
Yes, you do.
And then or sweep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. So,
Because
but
I
that
don't
protects your
like
back. But it also protects your back then at that point because you're dictating when you're going to be
right.
Crunched. You're not gonna.
Yep.
And I, on the other hand, like to bait people into crunching me down. Like, go ahead. You're going to think you're safe because you're smushing me, but I know how to roll out of it. Now, if you don't, like, it's going to hurt. Even if you stretch, it's going to hurt if you let people smash you. So remember, letting go is okay too. If they're smashing you and stacking the crap out of you, you don't have to tap. But let go of what you have.
Yeah. What I did at first is probably what a lot of people do. You get a position that you think you can submit in, and it's not going well. Like there's pieces missing, you're getting stacked, they're defending, and you're not letting it go because you're supposed to win in this position. You can feel
you
close.
You have their elbow above your groin. You're like, I got this. No, you don't.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I think we talked about this when you're working out and you're like, let's talk bench. You're going, you're going to do 10 reps. On rep 7, you feel something in your shoulder. I'm like, that feels weird. You should just stop.
Yeah.
But instead, you're like, I'm going to finish my set. And then by rep 10, like now something's injured. Like now something's messed up.
Now you have to
the same thing applies in that. Like if you're getting stacked, if it's uncomfortable, like you didn't have everything you needed, sometimes you just be like, well, I guess I'm going to get side controlled or mounted or
and that's what's
going
to happen. You're going to go to side control. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've done it a million times. And yes, do I know? Because I think a lot of what people do is just stay there because you have their elbow above your groin. You got it locked in. You're like, oh, if they move at all, I got this. Well, being stacked sucks. Let it go. I've let go of so many arms where I'm like, you want to know what? If I sat here, the battle of attrition, I would win. F that noise. This is uncomfortable. I just let go and slide to side control and just be happy that I wasn't stacked anymore.
Sometimes winning just isn't worth it.
No, hence neck surgery. Is that how this ends? Yeah. I think that's how it ends.
Well, I think we've all, at least in one point or another, have done that to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like what you did was very normal.
Yeah, well, what I did, it was just the reaction of the person I did it to was wrong.
Yeah.
But it was also just 50% my fault. Because
but now there's no way you would do that again with anybody. No, you're like, no, learn my lesson. I wish I didn't have to, but...
Yeah, you got it. You defended... Kind of, you're good.
Yeah, I ruptured an AC joint doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to let go because I was winning.
Yeah, I was in the right spot.
And now I can't use my my shoulder for 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simply not worth it. So I would talk to your coach and be like, here's what I'm finding. What am I doing wrong, or what can I do to not get my lower back hurt?
Yeah.
So I guess a caveat from that, because I asked another question, and we'll ask both of you because you both have pretty major injuries. We'll start with your legs here. Should I avoid doing the move because of it? So are there any moves you avoid because of your legs?
Yeah, I can't do a triangle. So as soon as
it's comical.
Yeah. So as soon as I lock it in, and if you're watching video, you get here, you put this under. Well, my meniscus on this side, my outside meniscus it'll flip, and I simply can't do it. Now that being said, Croyler showed me how to do it the correct way, where and if everything's good and somebody is small enough, I can kind of get away from it, but it's just I can feel it and it's scary. And but what I do is I get in the I think they call it Triangle City, where I got my feet just crossed and I got them in the triangle position, one arm in, one arm out. Or diamond
guard or something to that effect.
Yeah, a little different. So Triangle City, you got one arm in, one arm all the way out.
Yep.
And most people would go, duh, we're going to triangle now.
Yep.
I can't
physically can't do that.
So I've modified so I can do a TP triangle, which is not as good. It is not as effective, but it'll work. Or what I'll do is I'll like do a handstand bridge, and I'll bridge into them, and I push them over to one side, and then on the way down that they're falling, I'll grab an arm bar, or I'll transition to like an omoplata or a kimura. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know that the triangle it's not worth even trying.
No.
So that's at least one thing I simply can't do.
No. I've seen it. It's comical.
Well, then for you, Kip, your neck.
Yeah.
Is there certain moves you don't do because of your neck?
Yeah, I actually don't do the move. I start to do it, but I use that got me hurt. The armbar from guard. I'm really quite good at it. It's become something that I don't have to use speed. It's just a matter I set it up really well, but I just don't trust it anymore. I can't, because if the person happens to pull out, there's no way I can stop them from, even if I let go, I'm going to end up falling on my neck. So I just can't do it. But I've changed it. I've used it to get to an omoplata or get to a go-go plata, nice, or get to a wrist lock or to my mission control where I bring you down into space and I lock you in. So, but I tried it the other day and it's literally my brain shuts it off. I'm like, nope, you're going to get fucking hurt. Stop it. So yeah, it does. It's going to hinder you and it sucks. It does suck, but learn from my mistake. Just don't do it. Don't make a point of making somebody feel like, yeah, I'm better than you, because that's essentially what I did. I beat the crap out of the guy the week before. Of course he's going to come back and have something to prove. And don't do that. And adjust your moves to fit your body. If you have an injury, don't roll to it. Just don't. Like, it's just pointless. Like, even if that's your go-to, use the time to get better at something else.
Yeah, I would say learning it is important.
Yeah,
but you don't need to go for it in a roll if it's gonna injure you or hurt you.
Yeah, it's good to learn it, but don't learn it despite getting injured, like having the possibility of getting injured. Yeah, it sucks. This
one's probably not gonna impact either of you, but do you guys do anything specific for your nutrition?
I eat whatever's in front of me. Does it have candy? I'm down.
I will. Okay, so I'll go on this. So
ever drinking whiskey on the show?
Yeah, it's like this is actually a vitamin slurry.
Vitamin slurry.
My nutrition, does it taste delicious?
No, but I will say this. So when I eat better and I eat to a diet that I feel, because there is a diet I feel better on, I lose weight on, but I'm more healthy on. My jiu-jitsu does feel better. Is it any better? Probably not, but it does feel better. I can get through the rules. I feel better. I feel much less sore the day after. So yeah, when you eat correctly, even if it's not like a regimented this what to eat, but you don't eat this shit that is going to make you feel bad, because everyone has that. If you eat McDonald's every day, you're going to feel like garbage. But if you end up eating the right things for your body, like it will help. It does make you feel better. It gets you so you can train more.
Yeah, I mean, I did years ago the paleo thing, and I think I felt better. Like, I felt less inflamed and whatever. But God, it's tough because you can't really go out to eat anywhere. Then if you go to a friend's house or have holidays or whatever, then you got to cook a certain way. I can't eat what they're doing, and it would simply became not worth it. So I try to just, I don't go back for seconds. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, if I start getting, because you can feel it. I can feel it in my pants. Well, it's hard to button my jeans, so I got to back off the ice cream every weekend. Yeah, it's just, just using a little common sense, I guess.
You don't have to have a regimen to, only so many calories this day and this just to get better. Yeah. You can get better just fine, but make sure you're eating the right things. So nerds aren't the right thing to follow up a workout with.
What I tend to do, I'm really lucky the fact that I have a stay-at-home wife that she likes to cook, and then she packs my lunch. So my breakfast, lunch, and dinner are all regimented, but it's whatever she makes. And then it's, I'm working 12 hours a day, so most of my day is spent at work, and I only have so many calories in my lunchbox. So for me, it's simple. Yeah. And I come home, dinner's on the table. Like I said, I'm really, really lucky. If you have to do that all yourself,
which I do. Yeah. I have a wife that works full time. Yeah,
exactly. It's not easy. And I couldn't imagine it.
Yeah, oddly enough, my medication for ADD, makes me not hungry. So it actually works out quite well. Quite well. Because I'm not hungry throughout the day at all.
Nice.
So speaking of eating, what are we eating for the Super Bowl? Can I say Super Bowl? Isn't that like super copyrighted?
No, the bowl that used to be
the bowl of supers.
Yeah. I think they copyrighted that. So this is going to be demonetized now. Thanks.
It's not monetized anyway. We can't
monetize shit. We're not even to 400.
$3.98.
We're getting there. We are terrible at this.
It was $3.96 whenever we recorded Tuesday, Monday.
Yeah, we would get better if we actually did the videos that people want to watch, but we don't.
I mean, we're getting there.
We'll get there.
Anyway,
We'll
Super
get there.
Bowl. We're going to talk about it, even though you don't even know what football is.
Do I just leave now, or
Yeah, and we're done with
I guess.
Paul.
I'm not asking for a big deal, but let's big celebration, Jamal's fight night, something like that, something that you can relate to. Super Bowl, big deal. People eat. What are you eating?
Buffalo chicken dip that my buddy makes. It's freaking delicious.
Let's pretend you
Wings.
watched the Super Bowl. What'd you eat? Wings,
ice cream.
pizza, ice cream.
Everything's ice cream about that dude. It
just
doesn't matter.
So good, man.
What do you
He
put
loves
your,
him
what
some
do you
ice
eat for
cream.
your ice cream? What's your
And
favorite?
the funny thing is, it makes him sick.
It does.
Are you lactose intolerant?
I am.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
Ice
wrong
cream
with you?
tastes too good to not eat.
Isn't that weird?
So it doesn't really matter what the ice cream is. To
How
be fair,
lactose intolerant are you?
it smells different. You know what I mean? It's not. I feel bad for my like. They shouldn't buy it.
Yeah, no.
They shouldn't.
But the
buy
wife
it.
still buys it.
She
Yeah.
must really love
Do
me.
you have a
Yeah.
different toilet that you use?
Yeah, we have 3 of them here. So
Okay.
Yeah, and they all have
it's
freshener.
fine.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
And like I said, I'm working, 12 hours a day, so I'm not here often. But no, I'll pair it with a nice whiskey, and then
What's your go-to ice cream?
I don't really have one.
I was going to say he'll eat anything.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Anything.
It doesn't
Do you
matter.
like nuts in your ice cream? That's a serious question. Don't
Sure,
be weird.
sure, yeah.
A little weird, but yeah.
No, I hate nuts. In
So do
my
I.
ice cream.
I hate ice. Yeah, same here. I'm
So
on
I
the same boat.
take.
I don't wanna crunch on it.
I'm too lazy
Yeah,
to make
no,
ice
no.
cream cones, but I'll take an ice cream cone and crush it up.
Yeah,
in my
I like
cream.
ice cream cone in my
That's
ice cream.
different. That's
But I
different.
don't like nuts. No.
I'll take the
texture.
Toll House
Yeah, texture,
soft
exactly.
cookies.
Yes.
I'll just
Oh, that's a
throw
good one
those in my ice
too.
creams.
How
Yeah.
are you both not 300 pounds?
Oh, we really should be.
Yeah, just
We
Trust
won
me,
the
we should
genetic
be.
lottery.
Yes,
I
we did.
suppose.
Like I'm overweight for it. Like as I said right now, but people are like, "Oh, looking good." I'm like, sure.
I mean,
Okay.
I can show off the dad.
Okay.
I'll take my shirt off right now. I'll show off the dad bod.
Please
it's not
don't.
all that
We're on
great.
Let's
camera,
let this
do it
go.
live.
Let's
Do it live.
I do have new tattoos.
Nobody
though.
wants. Oh yeah, I
you
was
see
going to
that
ask you
thing?
about that. No, I've
was
seen the
freaking
picture of it. I
sweet.
said it was dope.
Got my crane.
Nice,
He's planting my geisha for right here, and then a koi fish right here.
nice. Oh,
So it'll
that's
be a
awesome.
sleeve within a year.
Very cool. Very cool.
all right, let's Super Bowl picture. You got just do
I don't
it.
even know who's playing.
I don't
Honestly.
want to. It's KC and Tampa. Tom Brady is on Tampa right now. I don't
We have
want.
to give Paul a full history just so he can make a selection.
Really do.
Patrick Mahomes is a
yeah,
quarterback.
Patrick
He's really
Mahomes.
good.
He has weird hair and very good. Did you know he was he was drafted by the Detroit Tigers?
Yeah.
He threw 93 miles per hour in a high school game. And he was he could have played Division I basketball also. That dude's just a freaking freak of an
Modern day
athlete.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, he's a freak of an athlete.
Be impressed.
There you go.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
accurate. That was accurate. I don't want the Chiefs to win just strictly because they won last year, and I want to see Tom Brady just cement that he really is one of the greatest of all time because he took a non-New England team because he was a system quarterback. That's why everybody kept saying he's a system quarterback, which I believed because I watched him play at Michigan. He wasn't that impressive. He doesn't care.
I don't know what that means.
You're
But-
a system purple belt. Shut up.
Yeah, you're a system pro, but you're
Okay,
fine.
that's fine.
And it fits. And but it would just be fun to see him cement like, yeah, I'm the greatest of all time. That would be kind of fun. But I think Casey's got it.
All right, Casey, who you got, Paul? Just pick one. I don't care.
The way he said, it sounded fine to me.
Casey or Tampa?
Tampa.
There you go. You picked the opposite. Good job, buddy.
We have a
the last thing I heard. That's
Yeah.
it.
we could either wrap it up or we can get to the Stephen A. Smith stuff.
Oh, what did Stephen A. Smith say?
Oh,
He's a super douche. I hate him.
this could go for like another 20 minutes though. Stephen A. Smith.
He does.
I was telling Paul about this before you got here.
Oh, okay.
The headline was, "I don't like watching women fight."
Oh my gosh, I did. I saw this.
All right, so
What a douche.
Before we get into that, I want to read the full quote
Okay.
because this got full like headline porn, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I don't like seeing women involved in that at all, aka fighting. I just don't like it. I wouldn't promote legislating laws to prohibit them from doing so, but I don't want to see women punching other women in the face.
It's because you're fucking dumb. I hate him.
I don't want to see women fighting in the octagon, but that's just me. I'm not adamantly against it. It's just not something I want to watch.
Why? It's impressive. And why does a guy have any more right to fight than a woman?
That's not what he's saying.
Yes, it is.
No, he's just saying he doesn't want to watch it.
But why doesn't he want to watch it?
It appears like
Fedor Emelianenko, that's a tough fucking last name to say.
Fedor Emelianenko?
Thank you. He said the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, no, he did. He
Oh,
said
Dana
it.
White said the
St.
same
Pierre said the
thing.
same
Dana
thing.
White,
Yep.
Everyone said the same thing. So I understand the sentiment, and they totally headline porn this, where they just took one thing.
They tried to. Yeah, they took the one part of
and
the
they ran with
conversation.
it.
Yeah.
So, and I also don't know what the setup was. Obviously, someone asked him.
But also he is a shock jock type person. So he says the opposite a lot of times. Like him, he used to be on a show with Skip Bayless. That's where those two really got big. And they would basically, I stopped watching it because it was almost like one of the two of them would always pick the stance of stupidity. And you're like, dude, no one feels that way. You're just saying that because you're paid to say that, and they don't. You won't convince me otherwise. So it's hard for me to take anything he says to like total face, at face value. But let's go on face value that he actually means that. It's offensive to women to me because it's treating a woman like she can't do it. Like, I don't want to see a woman get hit because she's a woman.
See, I don't think that's what he's saying.
But that's how. What do you think he's saying?
He just doesn't want to. Like, if he's scrolling through his TV and he sees UFC Ronda Rousey versus whoever, he's like, "No thanks, I'm just going to change channel."
Would it be the same thing as not liking WNBA?
Yeah. No, actually, it's not. Actually, I take that back. Because because WNBA. The problem with I have with WNBA is their parameters don't meet their abilities. So they're shooting on a 10-foot basket. You have one person that could dunk on one of 5 or 6 teams that are there. So it kind of the game that you're used to watching with guys dunking all over the place and it's exciting. Women physically can't do. So it kind of sucks. Even though they're just as talented as any other NBA player. They really are. I've played against women that played in college and I was stupid. I couldn't do anything. It was embarrassing just because anybody beats me. It doesn't matter man or a woman.
I tried that in volleyball it was boys against girls, but it was a girls volleyball team.
Yeah, it's not fair. Yeah, it's so stupid. So stupid. So it has nothing to do with me because I'm a total proponent of women can do whatever a man does. However, there is a difference because man's build are made to be almost stupid. They're strong. They're made to bash things. They are. That's what men's bodies were made to do. So going away from the WNBA part, but going into a,
you think there's less? I say freaks in a nice way because you got LeBron James. You have all these. The freaks, dude. They're
literally
7 foot
huge
tall,
and they can move like somebody half their size. Yeah,
and you have that with men. You got the Mountain. You have Eddie Hall. You have these people that are like, it's not normal.
That's not normal, dude.
But I don't think you have the same. And then
you have that in women,
but as much though. I guess.
Look at Nunes. It's coming out. The only reason I don't think it's a thing so much now is because women's sports is not respected like it, it's hard to, but it's not respected like a men's sport. So when it's not as respected as much, why would women go out of their way to be part of it? I get that, but also I'm sick of hearing about the freaking pay scale. Like, women don't make enough. It all comes down on what you make for a company, right? And regardless of how great, and regardless of how great a woman is at it, people aren't paying to watch it. So that's all it comes down to. It has nothing to do with man or woman. It's just people don't watch it. You're not going to make money.
I will say, making a statement about women in sports as a man, whether you like to watch or not, like that was a dumb thing to say.
Yes.
Like even taken out of context, like even in the correct context, I'm like, why do you say that? Like, you're not doing any good for the women in the sport. Like, for sure, like just
he's not doing any good for anyone. Proven on Twitter.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing to say.
And he should, because honestly, it's an old chauvinistic way of looking at what he said. Regardless of his intent, it's extremely chauvinistic and stupid. Because watch a women's fight. There's a lot of women's fights because they are getting so talented in the game and they're so young in the game. There's no way because they weren't accepted as fighters.
Yeah.
But guess what? Now they're
watch women in the EBI.
Jesus, dude.
So good.
What's that little Asian girl that she's like 18 years old, a black belt, and good Lord.
You're gonna have to what's EBI?
Eddie Bravo
Invitationals. Yeah. And they are like, she's dangerous.
Dude,
look at, you want to go just local. Sasha the Shark.
Yeah.
Look her up on Instagram. She'll make you feel stupid about how she fights full-grown adult white belts.
And she's 12, 13 now, maybe?
No, I think she's like 15 now.
Is she now?
But
we're getting older.
Yeah, but I've seen her in person. Her talent level is, I don't care, man, woman. Yeah. She'll beat the crap. She beats the crap out of boys her age constantly. Like she has to fight women because the boys can't keep up with her. She will just jack them up.
My favorite thing about women in jiu-jitsu is we talked about last week. Like if you're a really big, strong man, you just rely on that until you finally figure it out. Mm-hmm. Women, they don't even try to rely on it. They're like, oh, we're doing technique. It's like technique. They have a way better mindset going in. Like, oh, this is technique. It's like chess for the body. Like they get that, which is why I think they get better faster.
They do. Oh, I think they do too. Look at my wife. She has more knowledge. Mm-hmm. Like she caught up to me in knowledge super quick, just because she had to. So yeah. Stephen A. is a douche. I hate him.
Full stop.
For the record, I don't like Stephen A. either.
Yeah.
I just think the headline porn was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah, he drew you. Well, everybody drew you in with just that snippet.
Definitely taken out of context, but still don't say stupid stuff.
The context, even with
context, that's what he does.
Like you knew you were going to eat shit.
Yes, I will.
But he does that on purpose. That's how he gets paid.
Yes, he does. Wrap it up. Thank you, Patreons. Do it.
No, thank you, Patreons. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
If you want to become a Patreon, which helps,
not Patreons, patrons.
That's if you want. My fault. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to become one and help support the show, keep us getting better. We actually have stuff right over here that's going to be new arms for us, so I can stop worrying that it's going to go.
It's falling off.
And it's pretty terrible. And we're going to look at new stuff for just to make the show better. We keep growing, we can get better. So we appreciate it. Just go to our website, grapplingdads.com. Go down to the right-hand side on the bottom. It's right there. It'll show you a link. We're going to have something sooner or later that's going to reward you for giving us that money, and we appreciate it. Al's had that set up for months, and we're stupid. But number 2, check out the Flick Chat. I've been told that you can't find us, but if you need to, let us know. We'll send you a personal link and get you in there. We really like having everybody in there. We bring show topics from there. There's black belts answering questions. Definitely be part of it. Give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram. We appreciate it. Twitter, I think we do stuff on there.
We do.
Okay, we do stuff on there, so check it out. Austin does a great job. But there's more to come from us. We know we promised it for years, but now we have an Austin, which changes everything. We actually bought new stuff.
Austin.
Yeah, somebody likes Austin. They're like, hey, he's a great addition.
He got a really good compliment the other day. It was fantastic.
Thanks, fan.
Oh, look at that. And it was somebody that doesn't talk a lot, though. Like, he doesn't usually make comments, so that's a pretty big deal. He's made comments in the past.
Don't ever bring him on.
Yeah, that was a little awkward.
One guy that was so you got you're one for one.
Yeah. You're batting 500.
I would like to know what you guys think about the different format that we did today.
Yeah,
if you want more of that, less of that.
I like it. I like it. Less Paul.
I still got to work on mic levels. They're a little wonky, but they're better.
We'll get
there. I can see. Yeah.
Micro adjustments.
He was super loud last time. Micro adjustments on him. He was loud last time.
Now you're both a little loud.
Are we a little loud? Yeah, we maxing shit out on there. Well, I can see it over here.
Yeah. You're also drinking, so maybe you guys are just a little
that'll do it.
Maybe we should keep doing that.
How dare you have one whiskey?
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, don't drive to your house next door.
It's gonna take me a second. At least you snoop.
He's gonna fall in the snow.
I probably will.
Gonna fall in my dog Millie's shit.
It's fine.
Instagram that, please.
Yes. All right, everybody.
All right.
Thanks a lot.